Hi, it's Mitch from Pickdawgz.com here with your free pick in the Mavericks versus Timberwolves NBA matchup on Sunday, January 7th, 2024. Of course, if you like all the free picks we do at Pickdawgz, you'll love our best bets, our premium picks. Use that discount code PICK for 15% off. We also have Dime Club and Sharp Trading Plays meant for people who make big bets. If that's you, go ahead and text that number that you see on the screen. These are not available on the website. You got to text that number. But let's get to this one. Mavericks taking on the Timberwolves, and the Mavericks 21-15 coming into this one. 500 in their last 10 games, while the Timberwolves come in at 25-9, 6-4 straight up in their last 10 games, but just 3-7 against the number. Timberwolves at 25-9, just 7 games away from the halfway point in the season. This is a far cry from some of these disappointing Timberwolves teams that we've seen in the past. This team has been stocked with talent for years, but we have never seen it really produce results. I'm not saying never. I mean, there was the Kevin Garnett teams. They were a long time ago. We've seen them, come close to the playoffs or even, get in at the bottom side of things. But at the same time, they have really had nothing to show for it. This is really the first year that we've seen in a while where the Timberwolves have really starting to reach some of that potential that they have with all the star players that they have on the lineup. On the other side of this one, the Dallas Mavericks, they have Luka, simply, one of the best players in the game. He's got really not a lot of hardware. I think someone mentioned that in the comments, why we give Luka so much credit, but he's got no rings at all. And I think that there is something to be said about that. He hasn't had a ton of help in Dallas. I think since Brunson left, that was the closest that they got. They made it to the Western Conference Finals, but they did not make it to the finals. Certainly no rings, for Luka. But I don't think it takes away from the player that he is. I think it would make him, of course, take him to that next level to actually be able to do that. I'm not so sure the Mavericks have that type of team, but what we're looking for them to do is see if they can cover the spread at home against the Timberwolves today. The Mavericks have won back-to-back games. Those were both at home against the Portland Trailblazers. They covered the spread in both of those. They lost at Utah against the Jazz, lost by 37 points in that thing. They had beaten the Warriors the day before outright as a dog, and then lost by 8 points against the same Timberwolves team in Minnesota as 12-point dogs in that one. So, what we saw in that game in particular is that, the Mavericks kind of spread it around. It was Tim Hardaway Jr. was actually the lead scorer in that one, scoring 32. Luka did not play in that game. So, certainly a different look for the Mavs in that one. When we look at the Timberwolves, once again, Anthony Edwards, 44 points that he laid on the Mavericks. So something that they're going to have to work on in this meeting to try and slow him down. Good luck with that one. I think, when we look at what the Timberwolves have done recently, coming off that dominating win on Friday against the Houston Rockets, just 4-point favorites in that one, won by 27 points. And they just absolutely crushed them. It was never even close. They had lost their prior 2 games to that. But I think what we have here is a pretty solid game. And I think that, I think the Mavs at home are just kind of a different animal than they are on the road. And I think that, in this type of game, I think the Mavs, this is a big one for them. This is one that they kind of have to have. I know it's early in the season. It's not even at the halfway point, but it's like you have to be able to show that you can beat the good teams at home. So I'm going to go with the Mavericks in this one, and that's going to be my free pick. Of course, while you're doing your picks, putting your bets in, be sure to use our free betting tools at sportschatplace.com. They're 100% free, and they'll help put you on the most favorable bets on the board today.